Good evening, Rotorua. Tonight on City News, Canterbury District Commander presented with a tifa. Te Ruro Flavel to hold hui to explain the Marine Coastal Bill, and the Bay of Plenty Rugby Union has a new chief executive. Those stories coming up next on City News. Search and rescue work continues in Christchurch, with police currently focused on eastern areas, particularly New Brighton, where the earthquake caused considerable damage. New Zealand police officers are working alongside members of the Australian Police Contingent, Defence and Fire personnel and Māori wardens. Canterbury District Commander Superintendent Dave Cliff says they are patrolling the streets, checking on people and providing advice and support. And Superintendent Cliff has been presented with a tifa as a message of solidarity from Bay of Plenty colleagues. Mr Cliff has led the police response to the devastating Christchurch earthquake since it struck last Tuesday. The tifa is a traditional Māori weapon. It signifies authority, strategy and mobilisation, and was used by leaders in times of trouble to soundlessly signal directions. The gift was carved by master carvers at Te Puia and is made of rata timber. A carved stand is also being made from 3,000-year-old kauri. The gift was presented at a team briefing on Saturday. Superintendent Cliff told the briefing that receiving the taonga is accolade for all of the staff. Mayor Kevin Winters will be leading council staff in observing 2 minutes silence tomorrow at 12:51 p.m. to honour Christchurch's earthquake victims and to show support for the city's survivors. He is inviting other residents to join him at the Civic Centre. Staff and visitors to the Council Civic Centre will gather outside the Hinemaru Street entrance, where flags are at half-mast just before 12:51 p.m. tomorrow, exactly 1 week since the devastating earthquake. Arrangements to observe 2 minutes silence follow a request from the Prime Minister John Key for all New Zealanders to stop what they're doing for 2 minutes at 12:51 p.m. Rotorua is digging deep for Christchurch with donations coming in. Over the weekend, local firefighters were out collecting in nightclubs, raising over $5,000. Plans are also underway for a benefit concert at the Energy Event Centre. Around the region, businesses are donating to Christchurch. At the weekend's Maketu Kaimoana Festival, we caught up with General Manager of Maketu Pies, James Wilson, who told us about their response.
So we were approached by a company called Bakehouse New Zealand. They've organised local communities and local bakeries to get together to do a bit of a drive on food for Christchurch. So they just approached us and asked us what we could do. So we contributed a few boxes of pies to be sent down, which Bakehouse New Zealand, they organised all the freight for everyone, and everything was free of charge for the freight, so that was fantastic on their behalf. We did it because we just, there's very little you can do apart from help and support Christchurch. Apart from donate money, I guess, but as a manufacturer of products and pies and food, it is something that they do need down there, so just help the fellow person down in Christchurch, so that's why we did it really. It was just to really help out, see what we could do.
Waiariki MP Te Ruro Flavel will be holding a series of public hui to discuss the Marine and Coastal Area Bill this week. Mr Flavel says he will use the time available to him while Parliament is in recess to travel around the Waiariki region to meet with his constituents to discuss the bill. Mr Flavel says he will also take questions from the floor at the 90-minute meetings. The meetings are open to anyone who wants to know more about the bill, with a special invitation being extended to Māori Party members. To find out more, visit waiariki.maori.nz for the time and venue for the hui. Plans for the Ngongotaha Trout Festival have been released by the organisers. The festival, which is being held over Easter weekend, kicks off on Good Friday with a street party in the town. Organiser David Towie says the idea of the party is to give back to the community and will allow for fundraising by marae, church groups and sports organisations. On Saturday, the trout fishing competition begins at the Ngongotaha, Waititi, Awaho and Waikuta streams. Kapahaka is also a feature of this year's festival, with the Ngongotaha Ko Hangareo headlining on stage. Locals who want to be involved or register for a stall, contact organisers at troutfestival.com. In sport, the Bay of Plenty Rugby Union have appointed a new chief executive. Bay Rugby's operation manager Mike Rogers will next month move offices at Bay Park Stadium, taking over as new chief. Bay of Plenty chairman Bruce Cameron is content they have found the right person to take on the role. Mr Cameron says Mike knows the rugby industry well and it's important the union continues to strengthen, and Mike is the person to do it. Mike Rogers has the experience, having worked under 4 different chief executives in his 5 years with Bay Rugby. He says his vision is to continue the work to make the organisation a provincial rugby leader and not a follower. And weather for Rotorua and the surrounding area. Tonight, long fine spells, light winds, overnight a low of 14. Tomorrow, Tuesday, cloudy periods, afternoon showers, northerlies, a high of 24 and a low of 15. Wednesday, cloud increasing, late rain, northerlies, a high of 22 and a low of 16. Marine forecast for Lake Rotorua for Tuesday, northerlies 10 knots developing in late morning, waves less than half a metre, a few showers from afternoon with fair visibility. If you missed any of tonight's bulletin, you can watch it again by going to tvrotorua.co.nz and click on the View Latest City News link. Or to view what's on in our community, click on the Upcoming Events link. Coming up after the break, I talk with Roger Gordon about the Rotorua Chamber of Commerce. Dr Kate Mills is in to help us prepare for the coming winter, and Graham Stark from the Salvation Army will talk with us about their food bank drive. City News returns right after this break.